In my view, one of the vehicles that really says you have arrived is the Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Yes, there are bigger, more expensive vehicles from Mercedes and others, but I find this to be the sweet spot, particularly the E450 and its inline six-cylinder engine. Get in. This is Family Wheels. This vehicle would be on my list, a very short list indeed, of what I call two for the road cars. One that you and your nearest dearest can get in and just go for a really, really long drive. I would love to take this over the mountains to Calgary and then just keep going. Winnipeg, Toronto, Montreal, Halifax, right across the country. This vehicle was new for 2024. In fact, this is a 2024 model. Really no changes in 2025. Mercedes has moved the two-door version of this and the convertible into a different category. The changes in 2024, new look at the front, new look at the back. Bless you, Mercedes-Benz, and you too, BMW, for keeping an inline six-cylinder engine in your lineup. It's absolutely lovely, naturally balanced, that's the straight six, and we have 375 horsepower with this turbocharged 3-liter engine. Let's take it up one of Vancouver's steeper hills and check the pep. That's just fantastic. It really is. I consider it a high-performance car. This is a usable, luxurious amount of horsepower that allows for very smooth driving as well. Now the E350, one step below our vehicle here, has a 4-cylinder, 2-liter turbocharged engine with 255 horsepower. 255 is also plenty, but it's the effortlessness and the smoothness of the inline six with its 375 horsepower that makes this vehicle such a gem. It also has an integrated starter generator, ISG, part of a 48-volt mild hybrid system. It offers up only about 23 horsepower, but as much as 151 pound-feet of torque, and that really assists in the smoothness of the vehicle. There are the usual variety of modes: eco, comfort, sport. We're in comfort here. Let's take it through a series of bends and see how the E-Class handles. And on a very wet road, I might add. Well, that 4MATIC all-wheel drive really helps, doesn't it? Plus the smoothness, again, of the inline six with the turbo. I might steal this car and head for the mountains of British Columbia. And once more through a flat 90-degree bend. Just all kinds of confidence. What a great car. The E450 has an exemplary ride, extremely comfortable, very luxurious. However, this trim, even though we're loaded up with options here, does not include the air suspension. That's $3,500, but it just might be worth it. You get the air ride, but you also get rear wheel steering up to 4.5 degrees. Well, it's a wet old day in Vancouver. Let's check the brakes on the E450 from about 70K. You would not know that you're in a fairly large vehicle that weighs quite a bit. Absolute control, the linearity of it, just the right amount of pedal pressure to come to a stop. Yeah, it lives up to the price tag of this car and to the reputation of the E-Class. Let's see how this luxurious vehicle does on our neighborhood bumpy road with its potholes, patches, and speed bumps. It does have adaptive suspension on this trim. That's really a nice balance, because you don't want a spongy ride, you don't want something out of the 1970s, and you don't want too harsh a ride, even though the vehicle has considerable sporting capabilities. I like it. There's just so much going on in the screens of motor vehicles today, and of course at the luxury end, where you expect everything because you're paying for it, you certainly get it here. Basically an end-to-end series of screens. there are no knobs, not even a volume knob. Like others in the Mercedes line, you control volume with this little capacitive control here, and that's repeated here along with the mute. It's this that can really confuse a person if you are not properly schooled on it. Time for a relaxing massage. E-Class passes our Family Wheels child seat test. That's where I put behind me the kind that takes up the most space, rear facing. Up front, there's plenty of room between my knees and the glove box door. If you're using a forward facing child seat, well, all the more space for everyone involved. For the front seat passenger, there's a lot of luxury. In fact, all the adjustments that the driver's seat gets are available to the front seat passenger. Plus, there's a display completely in the control of the front seat passenger. There's certainly lots of room for two adults in the back of the E450. Plenty of knee room, shoulder room, headroom. There's a lot of space back here. Very comfortable indeed. As far as luxuries go, the car comes with a 2-panel moonroof, so we get one here in the back. We have heated seats, no HVAC controls other than the standard vents. There is a sadness to this vehicle, and it's not about the car itself. It's the fact that the E-Class SUV greatly outsells it. However, Mercedes keeps making it. You don't really need to be that high off the ground, do you? Or have that much room to carry stuff around? If you do, great. Knock yourself out. Buy the SUV. But this is the kind of car that a family could use, and use very well indeed, and have a great time. The latest edition of the Mercedes-Benz E-Class continues and enhances a long tradition of being a superb luxury car that is also a joy to drive. But what do you think? Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman, and I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.